Hi students, today I'm going to show you better ways to search for information on Google. So let's get started. Everybody's familiar with the classic Google homepage, although sometimes there might be a fun doodle on that page, which is cool. So what we're going to learn today is some features that you may or may not know about, but I'm going to make sure everybody knows about it. So on the Google page, you could type in what you're searching for. So if I'm looking for Star Wars, I would just type it in and hit enter on my keyboard, and it will give me all kinds of different information about Star Wars, including stories, websites, information from Wikipedia, and links to common stuff. And when I look at here, it's going to give me also other related searches that to what I was already searching for, like Star Wars, like characters or The Mandalorian or lightsabers, all kinds of good stuff. Now, I don't know if everybody's noticed these things at the top, but when you're searching for a topic like Star Wars, you get to choose what you want to see. If I just want images, I can click on images and see only those images of what I've searched for. If I click on videos, it will take me to a list of videos, including YouTube videos. If I go to news about Star Wars, it will take me to news sites about Star Wars, which is kind of cool. And then if I go to all, it will show me all of those things combined together. Now, another thing you could do is when you're looking at your list, remember the things at the top are the things that are most popular. So StarWars.com is the most popular Star Wars website associated with those words. And then there's, Star Wars Wikipedia's after that, then Twitter, and then YouTube. So those are the most common things you're looking for. When you look at each of these links, it has the link, but it also will list the website above it. And that's actually really important to look at because that will tell you a lot of information about that website that you're looking for. So you could see, oh, that's Wikipedia. This one's Twitter, this one's YouTube right there, and this is IMDb, this is StarWars.fandom.com, and it's a wiki. A wiki means that people are adding to that, and maybe all the information may or may not be true. So you just have to look at things a little critically before you click on the link. Now, let's say I only wanted news stories from the last month about Star Wars. There's a way you could do that. If you go up here where you see the word tools, it will give you some other options. So for instance, maybe I want to see stuff in the past week or month. So if I go to the past month, it's going to give me that newest information about that topic, which is, again, really cool. Depending on what you're looking for, let's say I'm looking for images. I could click tools, and now I could change this to maybe I only want to see green pictures of Star Wars. And it'll give me pictures with green in the mostly as a predominant color. Or maybe I want to look for things that are line drawings and not photos. I could do that, and these are green line drawings. Hopefully that's something new. And another thing you could do is usage rights. So usage rights, you'll see something like Creative Commons licenses here. So if you want to make a video on WeVideo with these pictures that you want to save, you could say, hey, what are the Creative Commons? There are no green Star Wars Creative Commons, but here are some that are black and white. And these are all things like on Pixabay or Commons.wikimedia or other sites that allow other people to use their stuff and you're not breaking any laws. Things with copyright protection, you can't use their stuff without getting permission technically. So this is a way to make sure you're following all laws as well. So different categories of the type of stuff you're looking for will have these different tools to help you narrow your search, okay? So let's say I'm going to go back to the home page by clicking Google here. And this time, I don't know how to spell what I'm searching for. So one tool that you may or may not have noticed is this little microphone. You could do a voice search. So if you click this, you might have to hit allow to use your microphone. And then when you do that, you could say the word and it will know what you're typing for and give you the correct spelling. I can't use it right now because I'm already using my microphone for this video. But I just wanted to point that out to you. It's always up to you. So if you don't know how to pronounce a word or spell a word, you could say it and it will spell it for you. Okay. Another thing you could do when you're, if you're just feeling bored, so not in school, but maybe after school one day, if you see this little I'm feeling lucky button, that will just take you to a random website or about any topic in that Google thinks that you might find interesting. So, and notice it keeps changing the word, like I'm feeling adventurous. It will take me to adventurous websites. And this one is a flipping heads and tails website. So that's always a fun thing to do, and especially after school, not during school. And then notice there's a Google Images up here as well. If you're looking for something, if you're doing a search for something that is a phrase, and by phrase I mean like a name, a title of a book, something like the Declaration of Independence, that is a phrase. So that is something that is like a unit, even though it's more than one word. When you're typing that into Google, what you could do is you could put it in quotation marks. And when you do that, so I'm going to type independence, if I could type it. And I'm going to put quotation marks around it. And what that does, it's looking for that phrase. So it's not just looking for websites that have those words separately on the page. It's looking for websites that have that phrase together as a unit on that page. And I'll show you the difference. So if I just type in Declaration of Independence, I'm going to get 179 million results. Just by putting quotation marks around it, I'm now down to 41 million. That's cutting that like by a lot of websites just by putting quotation marks around a phrase. Okay. Another thing you could do, so let's say I'm looking for the phrase Lord of the Rings. Famous book, famous movie, right? So maybe I want to find information about the book, not the movie. So I could type in Lord of the Rings in quotation marks, and I could put book, and I'm going to say not movie. Oops, movie. And if I hit enter, it's going to eliminate all the websites that are related to the movie and not the book. Another way you could do that is instead of saying not, the word not in all capital letters, you could just put a minus sign right before the word movie without any spaces before it. And that will also limit those searches. So that will take me to like the book information here or other information about the book itself. So that's a great way. So using a minus sign to eliminate some possibilities and adding more words that will narrow your search. Okay? So those are some key things to help you get started on doing better searches. Let me know if you have any questions.